So we're back, and I'm just trying to get up. I know I have gadgets all over the place, but you guys, you guys had such an amazing turnout. We're gonna try to keep it pushing, keep it pushing. So this is actually your regular class, okay? So we had a couple of issues trying to get connected the other day, so that's why I had terminated that class. Well, I didn't terminate the class, but this is y'all's class right now. So um, we're gonna start the class off with the website. I know I just had a tea time. Hold on, y'all. I was trying to get this one on. Did we get it in there? Okay. Yeah, we'll wait till that one comes back on, then we'll go ahead and get it in there. Um, I guess that one shows kind of different on there, but let's put the website on there. So what you guys are looking at right now, what you guys are looking at right now, I hope I had the volume up. What you guys are looking at is the website. So this is my website, and I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. And good. This is how you go on to look at my courses. Okay. So some of you who are wanting to join the class, I'm not sure why this one did that. Wanting to join the class, and you want to kind of take a look at, what we're doing, what we have to offer as far as inside the Sapphire Academy. Okay. It's 245. Trying to figure out why this one is not I think this one is fine. I think this side is giving us a problem because I can see movement there. This one is not on. Alright, so hold on, you guys. Hold on. Hold on. We're trying to get all classes in sync. I think this one is giving us a problem. Let's see. Something's going on with this one. So, well, at any rate, you guys go ahead and take a look at that website. I think we got this class going. We got that one going. So that website is where you would actually register for my class. Let's get this one going. You would actually register for the class. That's kind of weird. You know when you do the Twitch, you still have the notes that I already had up there. That's amazing. Good. So you guys on Twitch, you guys can see those notes that I already put up there. Okay. So let me go ahead and just scroll through this real quick. This is your Sapphire Academy email. Here you can send me a message if you need to ask me a question. So again, this is another part of discussion board. Okay. Here is where you will click to go to my bookstore. You go to the bookstore here. We're gonna click on that in a minute. Here is I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change that YouTube thing right there to the one we already have in the YouTube. But here are a bunch of links you can look on. Amazon is where I sell my books at. Yeah, I've written medical billing books. You guys can also go on there and check out the books. The medical code and the Q&A book, you guys have that free. That's for YouTube, and it's also for you Twitch now. Okay. Here is the class. You can go on the website and you can pay for the academy right here if you choose to. When you hit this and you use your PayPal, Visa, whatever you want to use, you click this and it's going to go straight there. Okay, you can pay however you want to. Once you make a payment, we'll send you a Sapphire email and a couple of other things. I have a couple of people to get in touch with to make sure that they're good. This is one of my books that's on here. It's Sapphire Financial Coding. I want you guys to go ahead and take a look at. Okay, this is the medical terminology book that I've written for you guys. You guys go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, that's the medical billing. Take a look at that. This is the one that I gave you guys. This one. This book is $29.99, but this book is free for my YouTube people. Free for YouTube, Twitch. You guys go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, this is I'll skip right by it. If you guys know anybody who has an issue with insurance, who needs to know why they're paying a high deductible, needs a consultation, it's $50. So it's $50 for a consultation, for me to look at your EOB, to review what's wrong, to see what you need to co-payment in. Let me see all of your bills. Let me see all of your EOBs, so we can find out if they're charging you right or if they're charging you too much. Okay, so you guys, you guys know anybody, especially the elderly people that needs help with their EOBs and their medical bills, send them to me. Okay, so let's go right here. We're just going to click to acquire courses or programs. You guys are going to click on that. It should take you straight to my bookstore. Okay, so this is my bookstore. Everything that you need in my classroom is in here. Okay, I tried to make it as a one-stop shop so you guys are not all over the place looking for stuff. So those are stickies that we use. These are small books right here that we use. You guys see me using these type of things all the time. And I decided to go ahead and order all of this stuff to make sure that it is in my bookstore. Okay. In my bookstore, I want you to make sure that you get what you need. I have highlighters in there. I have the tabs in there. You remember the tabs I was telling you guys about to use for your books. Okay. So if you guys can see in here where this course is $400, go on the website and purchase the course for $99. When you go in here on the bookstore, it's $400. Okay, so if that discount is for you guys, so that's the reason why I put it there. It's getting ready to be Halloween. I always do some type of publishing promo, and we got the grant, so we can actually do that for that price. So what is here right now, we just haven't updated it, but if you go on the website, you can do it for that $99. This course right here, that's a smaller course. That's only medical terminology and medical billing. Okay, so that's just, so we have 3 different courses, and we have one with just medical billing. Okay, so here's your books and everything. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. You guys can go to my website and check this out if you want to. Okay, and all the courses are also down here. The other books are also in here. I have the medical books in here, the billing books, all books are in here. If you just view all, you see everything that's actually in my bookstore. And don't forget, we actually do the courses also individual, so you don't have to, buy the full program if you don't want to. You can just get one. See, you can get one. You can get anesthesia. You can get digestive system. Whichever one you want, you can. You don't have to buy the whole program, but the program is only $99. I suggest you buy the full program. Okay, so I'm just going to switch that back to the book, and then we're going to go back up in here. So that was a look at the Sapphire Academy. So now we need to get to our class. So this class is about status codes and Z codes. So we were actually on the chapter 3. We were on chapter 3. I'm gonna head over to that's the workbook. This is your regular reading book. So some of you who are new to the class, this is what we were doing. This is in our step-by-step book. This is the guidelines: first listed diagnosis, unconfirmed diagnosis, outpatient surgery, additional diagnosis, Z codes, external causes, observation stay, first listed diagnosis, and coexisting conditions. I'm not going to go down because we have not done those yet. But here is where we are in the book. And some of you that are new to the classroom, this is the objectives. And the objectives is telling you what you should be learning in this class, what you should be learning in this chapter. Identify first listed code. Define assignment of codes for unconfirmed diagnosis. You guys remember we did unconfirmed diagnosis, outpatient surgery, additional diagnosis, the Z codes reporting, observation stay. And again, in your ICD-10 book, in your ICD-10 book is what you will need for the beginning of this class throughout until the end. Because soon we will be on advanced coding. Okay, we'll be on advanced coding. So I want to make sure that you guys have your books. And sometimes I kind of slow down so you guys can get your books. Don't forget on Mondays we have class, Friday we have class, Saturday we have class. Those are your stone dates. If I don't do class on those days, you get it the next day. Okay? So let's kind of see what we're going through right here. You guys have any questions for me? Any questions about the Z codes or the status codes? Okay, so I'm gonna just take this down and then I'm gonna go ahead and go to where we are. Can you guys see that? Okay, hold on, let me put it up. We did first listed, unconfirmed diagnosis, outpatient. All right, so I'm gonna stop right here. So I'm gonna stop right here in the Z code section. All right, I gotta call her back. Hold on a second. So so this is where we are. So you guys get your books. Hold on, it's not coming up. So I'm gonna give you guys just a second. I want to answer this real quick, but you guys, I'm gonna put this back up. This is where we're at. This is the Z codes. So some of you who don't have your books yet, I'm just giving you a minute to get them out. So you want your step-by-step book, your workbook, and your ICD-10. These are the Z codes that we are starting on. Okay, we did begin the Z codes, so you guys know some of the Z codes already. So we're going to combine this with your ICD-10 book. So when you get your ICD-10 book, I want you to go straight to the Z codes, the chapter with the Z codes in there. Some of you who are not familiar with the ICD-10 book, I'm going to pull that up and show you how to get to those chapters briefly, because we've already done that in the ICD-10 book, and I'm just going to put this in here to make sure that you guys have your right book. There's a long distance call, so I'll make sure. This is one of my besties. She's in another state. And I'm telling you, she's like me, and me and her like two peas about. She'll build something from the beginning to the end, and you know, we were like that when we were younger. And she'll build anything. Okay, so this class is only an hour because we did an hour early. But some of you who just started in this class, we are looking into the ICD-10 and also the step-by-step. So again, I know some of you who are starting with this class, you may not know how to go through that book. So we're going to do a brief book, brief chapter. If you go to the beginning of the coding or the chapters, you can see that. And I'll eventually put that link up here. Let me just head to the ICD-10 so I can show you what I'm talking about. So, are you guys still up there? Okay, good. So you guys can see that I just switched over to the ICD-10 book. It'll get over to you in just a second. Um, so in the introduction of that book, it has like illustrations and anatomy, and remember the pictures we were talking about in the previous video. But it also has, how you're going to get to your alphabetic index and how you're going to get to your tabular list. No, I'm not going to go through that because that's your chat that we did a few times before this. Um, so again, let me see, let me make sure we're on the same page because I'm just scrolling through. Okay, it looks like we are. So this is your index to diseases. Okay, and in a couple of chats before this, we go through this book. I'll show you how to dance through this book. This is your index to diseases as far as where you're going to find your code. So, you know, whether it's, stomach, it's in the adrenal gland, it's in your artery gland, it's in the lower limb, it's in your retina, it's in your breast, it's in your endocrine system, wherever it is, you're going to find it from here. When you find your alpha, this is your alpha. When you find your alpha, you find your code. When you find your code that you see here, that's your numeric code, you have to check this code. Now we are going to go to the tabular list that is normally in the back of your book. There are some books that are in the front. Here is your chapters. Here is your chapters. You guys go get that chat that was before this one. I think 2 chats before this one. The first one that says number 3. I'll try to get it and put the link up here. This is where you're going to find your chapters, right? So I was saying, I want you guys to go to Z. We already did this class, but I'm backtracking for people who just came in that might be new. So Z codes are codes that refer to medicine, primary care provider, yearly checkup. He broke his arm, he's a scratch, and he stitches. It's like external type of diseases, okay? So let's go down. You see right here, you got O, you got P, you got R. We need to go down to Z. So you see here, my book is chapter 27. Your book may be 25 or 22. My book is that because it started with chapter 7. But here it says factors influencing health and health status, contact with health services. Okay, I'm just going to click on it because I have the ebook. Okay, you might have the regular book where you can just kind of flip through, but this is where we're supposed to be. Every chapter has guidelines. You gonna read the Miss Lambert? We gonna read the guidelines all the time, Miss Lambert? Yep. The guidelines are so important. That's what gets you used to coding. That's what gets you used to coding. That's what gets you knowing the right way to code. So some of y'all who are coming in late, y'all gotta go get some of the other chats with this, okay? So like I said, in this class, we already started talking about the Z codes, but I want you to still read the guidelines on the Z codes. Now, how we do the classes here on YTU is we can't be so detailed like how we do in the Sapphire Academy. Here, I'm still going to put you in the right place. We just can't do it the way we do it in the regular classroom. I still can't give you the information that you need. I'm putting this. I'm trying to type over here. Okay, there we go. I'm putting this here so that everybody can know what test you are preparing yourself for in case you want to go to AAPC.com and take a look at that. And I will be putting things over on the side for you to get. One thing I forgot to put is put my links up there. I put them somewhere over there, but I'll get the links for you guys. So yes, in the chapter 2, which is normal chapter 21, you guys should be in chapter 21. You guys see it up here, chapter 21. There are guidelines there that yes, you must read. So I'm just going to kind of move over here. So as you are studying, I want you to make sure that you use your highlighters, use your stickies. Now, those of you who are at the end taking your test, you can't put stickies in your book. when you get to your exam and the proctor say, "Let me see your book," now she's looking to see if you got any stickies in there, and she's looking to see if you got any paragraphs in there. So when you guys put notes in your coding book, one line, two line, don't go writing a whole paragraph. Okay, she's gonna deny you because you can't have that much in there, and that's in the advanced classes. We ain't get there yet, but I'm just giving y'all a heads up on that. Okay. So, so let me get to the step-by-step book because we already started looking at a few other things. So we're not gonna go through some of the Z codes that we did before because you guys already have them. Okay, and again, I'm just going through the step-by-step book right now. So let me let y'all see what the step-by-step book. Some of y'all who just came into the classroom, this is the step-by-step book. Okay, this book. Those of you who just started with us, when you look for codes, or I don't care if you have any kind of questions. So if my students have something like this. These are examples. Even though they're giving you the code already, I still want you to look up this. Look these up because this gets you used to going through your book. It gets used to hitting those codes. It get used to going to chapter 21, chapter 18. Flamming through your whole book. Some of you who just came to my class, make sure you go through each book, each page, and the highlighters are for you to highlight codes that look the same. So when we get ready to get to, that's what CPT, not ICD. ICD, you'll be doing it forever. But there are some that are minimally the same, not like your CPT. Your next coding class will be the CPC after ICD 10. And in the CPC, we'll be showing you that the same way, step by step. So you guys see me scrolling up. Go check out that other chapter. I'm not going to go over the section 1, period C, period 2, 21. We did that. That's how you're going to find your chapter. So we went through that step by step. So again, in these Z codes, I want you to look for those status codes down here because it's giving you more of an idea. I hope you guys can see what I'm looking at. It's giving you more of an idea of what the Z codes are. Once you read the guidelines, you get an idea. So I'm looking at Z14, genetic carrier. Genetic carrier status indicates that a person carries a gene associated with a particular disease, which may be passed to offspring who may develop that disease. The person does not have the disease and is not at risk of developing the disease. Now, we had like a big conversation on this on one of our other chats in regards to if it's a baby and they know that the baby may get diabetes or they know that the baby may get cancer when they get 30 or 40 years old, why can't it be detected? Check out the other chat. We're not going to go over that, but we were talking about that. So Z15, genetic susceptibility to disease. Genetic susceptibility indicates that a person has a gene that increases the risk of that person developing the disease. I mean, could you imagine, and this is, people who are not in the medical field may not know this. The medical society has a way to see if the baby will develop that when the baby gets bigger. I think, most parents, or as a parent, you might be afraid to do that because you don't want to know, that your child is going to get sick in 40 years or something like that. But again, reading the step-by-step book and the medical terminology book combined will give you complicit information on all kinds of diseases, especially the ICD-10 book. If there is a disease that is not in there, they will put it in there. When COVID came, we did not have a U code for COVID. We used codes that we just had to use in the CPT3 because we didn't have sufficient code to use for COVID. It was something we never heard of. So same thing, when codes that need to be used and we don't have them, they give us temporary codes. That's down the line. I know I'm talking too much. That's down the line. So this is gonna be a quick class because it's actually almost finished and it's already 11:11. So again, this is what you will be studying as far as your Z codes. Now, your status codes, your Z codes are complicit, so they're pretty much almost the same thing, and you still need those two books to actually do it. So, let me just get back in here. So I'm gonna show you guys some of the other books, and again, there are a lot of Z codes in here that I want you to look up. Even though they show you the Z codes in there, I still want you to look up. So write this down. I'm not going to show you these. I want you to look these up. Z21, Z22, Z28.3. Now, I can't wait till we do immunizations. That's going to be a ditto right there. So this is just in case some of you don't have your step-by-step book and you have your coding book. Okay, look at that chat before me, or even down below. I got the free step-by-step books in there. I got the ISD-10 book in there, the CPTs, they're all in there. Look at those links down below. Those of y'all that's on Twitch, go over there and get those links. Those books are free. But I want you to look up Z33.1, Z66, Z67. Yeah, y'all writing that down. Okay? I'm not going to put it up. I'm just giving it to you. Because some of y'all don't have your book. Z74.01. Z78. Let's do this one too. Z76.82. Z96. What's only 3 digits? What do we call 3 digits, y'all? What do we call 3 digits? If we're coding and we only have 3 digits, what do we call them? Remember we went over that already? 3 digits. Category. So that's your category, right? That's your category. So remember we said 3 digits is category, 4 is subcategory. It's further explaining what's wrong with the patient. Let me show you this real quick. Some of y'all don't have your book, so that's why I'm giving you the codes. See, you see how it says Z93? That's 3 codes. That's 3 numbers. It's a 3-digit code. That's the category, right? That is the category. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. I see 4 up here somewhere. Let me give y'all that one. So this one says Z92.82. I'm gonna take off the 2. 4 is your subcategory. When you go to 5 codes, it's subclassification. It's telling you more of what's wrong with the patient. Look at that chat before this one, y'all. Look at that chat before this one. So the purpose of me giving you the codes is some of you don't have your step-by-step book. So I'm giving you the codes that I want you to look up in your book. And you're going to chapter 21. In your AAPC book, it should be chapter 21. In mine, it's just a double chapter. That's why you see chapter 27, then you see chapter 21. And again, and this is like your 12th class. So some of you who have just begun to come in on this one, just go from class 1. The class 1 is in the coding playlist. It's going to say coding class. Okay? Your first class is in there, and then 2, 3, 4, and so on. So when you guys are archiving your classes, that's how you do it. They are already on this, so that's the reason why we're just kind of moving on. And I'm gonna put this in here. So I'm gonna say 4 digits. 4 digits is your subcategory. Okay. Subcategory. It's more information. Like, it kind of goes in detail, like metastasize. Anybody ever heard that word, metastasize? Metastasize, as in the cancer has metastasized around the portion of the leg. I know we're gonna get you that in a minute. Metastasized. Y'all can look that up if you want to. Y'all already had that, but y'all can look that up. Metastasized. So again, your fourth digit is subcategory, which is telling you more about the patient's disease. Your fifth digit is so on and so on. Your sixth and seventh. You know, the seventh character XYZ tells you where the service was. Where is it? What happened to the patient? In the outpatient, inpatient. Yeah, we're gonna do those. And y'all know my favorite sequela. Don't forget the sequela. Okay, sequela is late effect. Okay, what time is it? I know I'm keeping up with the time. I'm trying not to keep y'all too late. Again, those Z codes, make sure you go over those. Okay, I'm not gonna give you no more of those. In the index, the Z codes are located at the end of the tabular list. Okay, but we already saw that because you all saw me go down to 21. The tabular list and then the chapters, right? The Z codes are located at the end of the tabular list. If you have your ICD-10 manual, very locate the Z codes. We already did that, so y'all should already have the Z codes in front of you guys. The Z codes can be located in the index and any other codes. That's when you're looking for them. So when you're looking for a code and it happens to be a Z code, then you'll find it in there. Okay. And you also can go, because you guys can see that alphabetic index is done in alphabetic order anyway. Okay. So they also have a lot in here that you also can look for. And this is for those of you who do have your book. And I think this is good. So some of you who don't have your book, when you get ready to get your book, let me get in here. When you get ready to get your book, look these up. Okay. And they're Z codes, and they're just kind of going to get you used to looking for codes. That's all. Getting you used to your books and getting you used to that medical terminology. Getting you used to that medical terminology. Okay, circumstances to assign Z codes. This is good. Okay, Z codes are most often assigned in the outpatient setting. That is ambulatory care centers, physician offices, and outpatient departmental hospitals, right? When a person who is currently not sick encounters the health services for some specific purpose, they fail. They need stitches. Remember we talking about that? They may have gotten a burn, such as to act as donor of an organ or tissue. Like they have the place where they do the plasma. They come and do stuff like that. Those are Z codes too. To receive preventative vaccination, remember primary care, or to discuss a problem in itself, not a disease or an injury, not necessarily a problem. Oh, I want to have gastric bypass, I want a breast reduction, or XYZ. It could be Z codes. Occurrences such as these are more common among outpatient health clinics, which there's an abundance amount of outpatient stuff to do. Depending on where you work, you want to work in outpatient or you work in the hospital. Now, of course, there's outpatient in the hospital. But this is just giving you an idea. I'm on page 55, y'all. This is just giving you an idea, especially as far as these Z codes are concerned. Okay, the patient is donating a kidney. Code Z52.4 indicates a donor of a kidney. The donor is not sick, but the encounter is health care. You see, like, if a patient may come in for just to get their immunizations, it will be a Z code. We're going to get to those soon, especially the CPT codes on that. Okay, so make sure you guys study that. Okay, study that. And if you got your book on page 56, they have the chemotherapy Z codes there. Some of you who don't have your book, look up this code Z51.11. Okay, Z51.11. And then look up the breast cancer code. I'm giving you a code that's not a Z code. C50.919. You see how it goes further than subclassification because you're talking about the patient. They're giving you more information about the patient and the patient's disease. Okay? Do this one too, Z38.00. And some of you who already work in the doctor's office, let me come down. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Some of you who already work in a doctor's office, you see Z codes all the time. You know what the Z code is referring to. In an outpatient record, you see the patient's history of disease. Maybe the patient has diabetes type 1 or type 2. They may have complications. It doesn't mean that the patient no longer has the diabetes. It's just the patient needs to be seen for the diabetes. Maybe he needs more medicine, needs more shot, needs more insulin. Look up this code, E11.9. Look up that code. Okay, so there are a lot of exercises in here as it pertains to the Z codes. So I want you definitely to do those. Do tabular list codes the following. I want you to do those. Assign the Z codes. So do that as well. And don't forget the answers is in the back of the book, but you're going to, after you do the test, then you can do the answers. This is for YTU too. They're in the back of the book. Okay. Um, I don't know what that is. So, just remember, they are the same. The Z codes and the status codes is pretty much giving you patient information. The patient is not sickly. The patient may have been injured. The patient may have, had a car accident or something like that. And here, I want you to do these right here. So, hold on. I don't want to jump to external causes yet. I want you to finish with your Z codes, right? I'm just trying to get you to the right. This is where I want y'all right here. So it's going to be exercise 3 to 4. So some of you that don't have your book, do the Kindle. Look at the description below. I want you guys to go ahead and do that Kindle, because the Kindle will give you a couple of free pages in there. Okay, so this is what you're doing, these exercises right here. Let me get to the book. I want to show you what you're doing in the book, because remember, we started doing the exercises in the book, right? Before we wasn't doing them, right? I just wanted y'all to pretty much read the guidelines and kind of get used to what you're doing. So we're right here, and you guys were supposed to be starting your chapter 3 already. So this is what you're on. This is the workbook. This is the workbook. So just make sure that you do some of these that are actually in the workbook. Okay, and let me see. Yep. So that's right, Tamika. You should have started to do this already, and you should be working in this book. Um, so you're going to use this combined, Tamika, with your ICD-10 book. Um, Number 4 says the codes from A00 through Z99 are always reported as first listed diagnosis. So you're going to read all of these right here, so you know the answer to that. Okay. So I'm just kind of clicking through what you guys are going to be doing, and you're going to be looking for these codes as well. So where it says first listed diagnosis, you're just writing the diagnosis, and then you're going to put the number. Other diagnosis, write what the other diagnosis is, as if you have a report, and then you're going to turn it into numeric form. Okay, so that's what they're saying, and they give you a whole lot. Look, 22, 23, they give you a lot, and I want everybody's supposed to be doing this across the board. Okay, we ain't up to 4 yet, so that ain't what we're doing. All right, so page 14. So that's where we would be up to, page 14. Okay, so yeah, I know. Chapter 3 is lengthy, but this is all of the beginner stuff that you need. That's all it is. It's just all the beginner stuff that you need. And I'm going back to the workbook. I'm going back to the reading book. It's just the beginner stuff that you need. But your next phase is external causes. And I don't want to bump you with too much, because I don't want you to forget. So don't forget, you need to have index cards to put what page am I on. I'm on page 58. I'm on external causes right now. But just hold on. I want you guys to make sure you do this page. This is going to be your homework. So remember, we do theory. We are doing the theory together. And then we do the practice. The practice is you're doing the exercises. So you are going to do external causes. What chapter is external causes in? 20. So here, that's external causes right here. I'm in step by step, not ICD-10. So external causes, you want to get them from the ICD-10, and then you are doing observation stay. Okay. So you're doing observation stay, external causes. Observation stay is pretty long. All right, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing first listed and coexisting conditions. The one that you want to do is external causes. This is the second one. So this is what you should be doing when you go home. I mean, when you go home, y'all already home. When you get ready to do your homework tonight, okay, this is what you're doing. This is the second one, okay. So there are a lot of tests already in here, okay. So you're going to be working on that. So you'll be working on your step by step book, and you'll be working in your workbook. Now, those of you who are in the Sapphire class, you should also have tests with this. So those of you who are in the Sapphire Academy, you have your syllabus already, okay? You have your schedule. If you're stuck, go to your schedule. You should know where you're at, okay? If you haven't done work in a day or two, go back to your schedule. You'll know where you're at. And you can, the day you start, so those of you who are in my class, let me just run through this real quick. The day that you start is the day that you're putting on your schedule. I don't know why I can't never get this off. The day that you start is the day that you're putting on your schedule. So, okay, I'm just putting this in here just so you can see. Because I have a couple of y'all that are new. And I mean, we're going to do one-on-one anyway, but I still want you guys to see, when you register for the class for the academy, we do one-on-one anyway, okay? And like how I'm doing this right here, we go over this, especially if somebody gets stuck and they're not clear on this. We do one-on-one. I don't record those. We're just doing the one-on-one in the Teams portal, okay? So you get your schedule and your syllabus. Your syllabus tells you what you're doing in the classroom. What, especially some of you guys who knew. The syllabus has everything in it, your medical terminology, medical coding, your medical billing. And it tells you where you should be. So if you get stuck, you can always go back to your syllabus. If you have a friend and she wants to know how Sapphire Academy is, show her the syllabus. Show her your schedule. Everybody has the same schedule. I have a fast track class, basic class, and then the advanced class. And there are different schedules. You have a boot camp for 10 weeks, we have 20 weeks, and then we have above like 40 weeks. And that 40-week one is for somebody, that's like 5 to 6 months. Is it more? Some of y'all do the class in 20 weeks and y'all ready to take y'all test. But then I have some that kind of like, I can only do class one time a week. I can only spend X, Y, Z time in the classroom. And they just kind of taking their time. Maybe you're in housekeeping in the hospital. Maybe you work in dietary. And you're just kind of easing into medical billing and coding. There's no rush. Anytime you start my class and you drift because there's so much going on at work and I haven't seen you and it's okay. You could come to the class anytime you want to. Once you register for Sapphire Academy, you registered. You're I won't say you're a forever student, but there's no new registration. There's none of that stuff. Come back to the class and we'll get you on the right track. You just need to have your books. And you just have to say, okay, I'm starting. It's a self-paced class, okay? So that's why we want to make sure that you are in the right place. When you have a question, always DB me. DB is discussion board for us, Okay, and discussion board, um, again, is however we talk, however you get to me, it's discussion board. We do Teams or we do Zooms. If you send me a message through Twitter, if you send me a message through Twitch, well, whichever. I don't know what happened to my Twitter. I gotta figure out what happened to Twitter. I have my own personal Twitter, but my other one somehow got knocked out. But um, just feel free to make sure you ask me any type of question you want to. If you're already in medical billing and you just want to grow from that, then if you're already in medical billing and you work in a facility already, then I know that you know what's going on around that office and you know what you need to know. Especially if it's an office where you have a specialty. If it's an office where you have a specialty, you should be one step ahead of that specialty and jump right into the classes. Being that we're already on class 12, some of the new students may have missed a lot. Those of you who are going to archive this, the class 13, I'm going to push that class for tomorrow, because that's where you should be. And the reason why I'm trying to push it before church is because that's supposed to have in class today. So you guys know I was trying to fit the classes in there. If something jumps off where it's not done tomorrow, y'all will see it on the in the thumbnail on the YouTube. I don't know how they do it on the Twitch yet, but we'll figure out how they do it on the Twitch. But hopefully by tomorrow you see 4 or 5 different platforms up there. You guys can see what's going on. So we're gonna try to fix that later on this afternoon. But at any rate, just make sure that you do get on a class, that you do archive the classes. So when you just want to do the coding, just go for the coding and the medical terminology. Some of y'all already know medical terminology because you're already working in that field. Okay, in that field as in a medical office or hospital or doctor's office or something like that, which is fine. That's fine. Just make sure that you're taking notes. You'll see those notes that I have in the classroom. Um, Make sure that you're able to keep up, keep up with the class. And again, if you can't, that is why this is a self-paced course. That's why you can archive what you need. And that's why one of the reasons why I made it, make sure, some of y'all are working, some of you can't. But again, that's the website. And the website, I made it like that so y'all can have like a one-stop shop. Okay. This is the bookstore. The bookstore has everything that you need to do your class with. It has books in there. It has the stickies in there, your highlighters, your tabs for your books. Have additional courses in there. Your books, you can buy your books from there as well. Here is the tabs that we use to tab the books that's already tabbed. You don't need the labeler to do that. Which I do have labelers. I have to put them in here. I haven't put them in here yet. These are your coding books that you can use, your index cards. And when you go on my website, like I said, you can see the programs that are already here. Now these programs are $300 and $400, but if you go on my website, it's $99. Get it from there because they haven't updated this yet. Okay, the books are also there from the website. Okay, so the books are also there from the website. Just what I would do is just try and get one book at a time. I would just get one book at a time. Don't try to get too many books at one time. If I could find some that are cheap, I'll put you in the right place. Okay, so what you guys are looking at right now is pretty much my website. Like I said, you go to the website and you click this. This will take you to that bookstore. And on this website, that program that you see that's $400 is $99. So this is the program right here. But again, this is the website. You guys can kind of look at that. But this is it right here. This is where you would get it for that $99. Okay, and it's still everything is like self-paced. You can do it how you want to do it. That's why I made specific schedules for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all those schedules. But if you go to one of the older chats, it says schedules on there. I put them in there so I can show y'all what the schedules look like. Let's say you're at work, you missed a chat. Go to chat 22 encoding. go to your syllabus, go to your schedule. You already know where you're at. So, that's why I made them. I put a lot of time in making the schedules. So, especially when it's Christmas. When Christmas comes and y'all on vacation, when you go to look at my schedule, you know exactly where you're at already, so you don't get lost. And again, that's one of the reasons why I made the schedule like that. And in the classroom for my program, I try to give you everything that you need. I tell some of the students, go to a medical billing school. Go see what they got. See what they got at the medical billing school. If there's something in there that's useless that y'all don't even need for the CPC, I mean, I'm not going to give it to you, But if it's something I say, okay, let me add it in my class. I made my class based on my own medical billing class when I taught the program. I was the director of the program. I tweaked the medical assistant program to add more coding in there for the medical assistants. The medical billing, I even got them to purchase the books for the students and pay for them to take their CPC. So this is not new to me. You guys can go look at my book, Medical Billing Code and Q&A, and you can see my bio in there, who I am. But to me, like I said, for you guys who want to change and you want to get into the coding, do the books. Do the ICD-10, the CPT, and the Hicks-Picks book. And that will help you with your course. That will help you along the way. Like I said, in this class that we just did the status codes in, I can give you some and put you in the right place, but when you're in the Sapphire Academy, that's where you get more. You get more in the Sapphire Academy. And don't forget, you get that free language of medicine when you also join the Sapphire Academy. You also get everything as far as the essays that I need y'all to give me. The essay helps me to decipher whether you've gotten enough from cardiology, cardiovascular. The essays let me know if you've gotten enough. So that's why I need to see an essay from you. Now, this is Sapphire Academy. Y'all know, y'all give me the essays, but I'm talking to YTU and Twitch about the essays. In the academy, there's more work that you have to give me. So let's say you have, medical terminology class. Our medical terminology theory is me talking to you, me giving you class instruction. That's theory. Practice is you doing the summary, you doing the exercise, you doing the comps, you doing the tests, you doing the quiz. That's theory. In your syllabus that I give you, which is in the Sapphire Academy, it says, okay, so Ms. Lambert, you need to give them 30 hours of theory, and they need to do 30 hours of practice. Okay, so before anybody even takes their CPC, you have to pass all those exams that I give you. Okay, I can't guarantee who's gonna pass or who's gonna fail, but we try to make sure you pass this test. I haven't had any yet that didn't pass this test, and some of y'all, like I said, already in medical billing school, so it'll become second nature to you. Okay, so again, the books that we were talking about, I'm gonna see if we can. I'm not sure what that is, but maybe we can pull. I have to do that. Don't allow. I have to pull up the. I don't have to pull up the Kindle, but I know some of y'all wanted me to look at the Kindle. But again, those books are free, and they don't let you look at. I don't know why this is doing this. They don't let you look at the full book. They do let you look at some of the book. Okay, let me take this off. So I don't know. So do some of you have the Amazon? Because the book is actually Amazon. Like the Kindle, Amazon owns that. So if you already got Amazon already, I'm pretty sure you guys know how to get into those Kindle books. Let me just see something right here. That's not even where it should be. So this one is a little bit different than the one I normally get on. The OBS is, I'm not gonna lie, OBS is a lot harder than the other one. Okay, it's a lot harder. But I kind of like streaming through both of them. But when you guys finish with this chat, go to Amazon. I guess between the two of them, then sometimes they pick. See, this one I got to sign in and all kind of stuff. I'm not doing all that. So let's go back to this book. So I'm also gonna pull up. Let me pull up your other book. So I'm not gonna go into it. Just go to Amazon and put up Kindle, and then put in this step by step book. It should pop up. I wanted to show y'all the medical billing book. Um, so, because some of y'all don't want to do coding, okay? So don't forget, the status codes and the Z codes. We didn't go into too much detail, but that's what I want y'all to do with them. All right. So I'm gonna show y'all this right here. Uh, Tamara asked me about the billing book, so I'm gonna show her the billing book. That's your medical insurance billing book. Okay, that's going to also help you with coding. So some of you again who have never done coding before, that's your go-to right there. Okay, that's your medical insurance billing. There is also a book that comes with that y'all gonna get, and that's your workbook. Okay, that's the workbook. So we just put that up there real quick. Okay. Um, Now, as far as your work from today with your status codes and your Z codes, net observation stay, and that we're going to do next. We're not going to do that today because I need to spend a little bit more time on observation codes and external causes. Okay, but as far as your Z codes are concerned, I've given you codes that I want you to also assign. Um, so I'm gonna show you this just in case you guys missed this part, but you guys can go ahead and archive this. It's already 10:43. This class, what time did it start? 10:45. It's 10:45. All right, so I'm almost an hour in, so I got like 2 minutes left. But again, this is your step-by-step book, and those of you who do not have it, go to Amazon.com, and you can get into Kindle, or you can go to my website, and you guys can go ahead and add that in. Okay, but below this are links. Okay, below this are links. I know I told her I was gonna put the links on the side too. So let me try to go get them. Hold on. Let me get them. Uh, so every time I do a chat, I always put those links in there. So you go ahead and get the links from there, because those I always put them in there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I think I got them in this one. I'm gonna go ahead and drop them in there for you, and put them in there. Hold on, and then so yeah, I have them here. So let me see if it lets me put all three of them there at the one time. I don't know. Okay, but they're still below. Oh, they did. They did. So the links that's on the side, these are the links that we were telling you about. Okay. So those are the links that you have there. I don't know if the Twitch, if you guys can see this, but these are the links right here. Okay. Okay. So I got the links from my YouTube channel. So I guess that's why it came up like that. I don't know. It didn't come up like that before. All right. So I got it from a YouTube channel. That's why. But I got other stuff that I wanted to. Hold on. Let me. Well, these are the ISBN. So I'm gonna put these ISBN numbers right here. This is the ISBN for the CPT book. In case you guys want to get the book someplace else, or you found someplace else to get it cheaper, or you want to search online. This one, that's the CPT one. That's the CPT one right there. Okay, that's the CPT, and this one is the ICD-10 ISBN. In case you want to search and find that one someplace else. Okay, we're not up to CPT yet, so I'm not gonna put the CPT one. I mean, well, I'll put it in case you want to buy your book early or something like that. Well, that was the CPT, the Hicks picks I meant to say. All right, so I'll put the Hicks books up there anyway. But some of y'all, you don't need to get the books all at one time. But I did go ahead and put it up there. Okay, so um, if this comes down from the chat from Twitch, just go to YouTube and get it. Okay, because I put the other ones up there, all at one time, so you guys can actually see them. Um, so of course, just one book at a time. That's good. I know I'm 2 minutes over. When y'all see me put that thumbnail up there, y'all know what the next class is. The Z codes and the status codes of what you're on now. The observation codes and the external causes, that's next. But you can get a heads up and go ahead and start doing that now. All right. So this chat is over. I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna stop streaming. And it looked like it worked out okay, but I didn't get all my streamings on there. We still working on that. Good luck. Join the class. Give me a thumbs up.